What is going on, everybody? You are listening to the Built for War podcast. I am your host, Austin Trotter, accompanied by my co-host, Mr. Michael Musick.
What's up, Strength Freaks?
Sorry, I had to listen to the intro before this because I was not super involved into it.
Got us so hyped, bro.
So I figured I'd bring the intro in heavy. Day 2, OSG World Finals.
Yep.
It's over.
Fucking gone. Just fucking gone.
I didn't mean that as a bad thing. I meant like day 2 is over. He's over it.
Over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we woke up this morning first thing around, what was it, 8:30.
Yeah.
Got up, had some breakfast.
Yeah, had some breakfast. And
Thankfully, my mother-in-law and
dude,
father-in-law.
she was so sweet to get up and cook us breakfast and shit. That was super nice. So definitely needed the fuel.
Cut up like fresh pineapple.
Dude, right?
It was probably one of the best breakfasts I've had in
a minute.
In a hot minute.
Yeah, fucking fresh sausage, bacon, eggs, fucking fresh pineapple, raspberries. Yeah, so super sweet, super blessed. Get that fuel for day 2 because we started off at the deadlift. So, needed that energy. So,
yeah, so we got there, and it was actually pretty nice. It was literally just get there, start getting warmed up.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad because they didn't have to do the, do the walkouts and stuff and whole introductions today. So it was just fucking game time. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then we ran straight into the deadlift today, and as the deadlift ladder, it went pretty good. I
think it went really well for the most part.
For the most part, it wasn't terrible. Like after seeing everybody else, you're like, okay, like not terrible. We definitely gained some points after fucking up the frame yesterday and everything. So it went really well. You know, this is a deadlift ladder for you guys that don't know. It was a 5-bar ladder for everybody, and for us in the 90s, it was a 585, 635, 675, 705, and then a 740 deadlift ladder. And
I mean that alone is a very, very
I know,
decent
just like naming that out, it's like fuck. It's like
actually pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah, that's a task.
Yeah.
So that's a lot to ask.
I don't know a lot of people that can only do 585.
But just for a single, like, you know what I mean? And and for a 200-pound men to do that. So I mean, I knew it. Like, it's just one of those things I was like, it's going to be a good placing is going to be 3 bars as fast as you can, you know, because these are split times and everything else, like how we were talking about yesterday with the, because everything's a fucking medley now. Every single event
is a medley.
Everything.
Even if you make it through the finals, it's a medley.
Everything's a medley. How fast and split times and everything, because there's multiple objects.
That's why we tell you get your cardio in check.
Dude, legitimately, yeah. If you're just some static freak, fucking like the old power lifters trying to get into the game, like you need to change your shit up.
Yeah,
like, it ain't gonna work, brother.
I think the best shirt that I saw at OSG this entire weekend was strongmen are like powerlifters, but athletes.
It's fucking facts.
Because, not only do you have to do a deadlift, but you also have to do 3 more.
Yeah.
And then most likely, the event after that, you're going to have to pick up sandbags and run with it.
Yeah. I mean,
and then after that, you're going to have to do 4 different overhead presses.
Yeah. And you know, and that's just it. And it just changes it so much of just, it's not just can you do it, but how are you going to approach it? You know what I mean? Are you going to, like we were talking yesterday, like, are you going to slowly go for it? Or if you think you are statically strong enough to do all the rest of them, if you know you're not, then you need to bet on that horse and you need to do them quickly, what you can. And, you know, in my game plan, like I'm not the most static deadlifter. And, like I said, I was like, I could see most even like at the world class. Yeah, there's a few dudes, and there was, I think, only one guy in the class that actually finished our medley in the deadlifts. I think one guy finished, and then maybe one, and then maybe only like 2 or 3 guys got past the 3rd bar. So I was super correct on my prediction. So that was my game plan going out to it. In the back, I was like, we're going to switch grip. I don't work a lot of switch grip. I trust my switch grip, but after doing the frame yesterday and everything, my hands were kind of fucked. So, and these are brand new Kabuki bars. And if you guys have never pulled on a Kabuki bar, hey, they're beautiful bars, but they are definitely way more whip than like a Texas deadlift bar or a Rogue deadlift bar.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but the weight. So every single bar, he was probably going to get to it, but I interrupted him, like the gentleman I am. Every single bar had bumpers all the way out to the edge, and then plates.
And they stacked it.
So there was only enough room on every single bar for a collar.
Like they were,
and that was it. Like everything was full of weight all the way through.
All the way through. Yeah, they made
and I didn't realize it until after you were done.
Yeah. I mean, you already take a super whippy bar as is, and then the way they personally loaded it is that they want to create even more whip out of the bar. So yeah, I mean, that was my game plan. And like I said, I was in the back and I warmed up to about 565 or something like that with like switch grip, and it didn't feel the best, and I knew this was going to be a timed event, and I just knew that I was pretty quick with figure 8 straps, and the thing about it is, like, once I strapped into the bar, I don't need to worry about it at that point.
It looks like there was 2 guys that completed it.
2 dudes, and then, I mean, literally maybe 3 other dudes past the 3rd bar.
Yeah,
like that was it, and so I was, like I said, I was accurate on my predictions, and
so there was only there was 2 dudes that finished it, and there was 1, 2, 3. There's 4 guys that got to the 4th.
Yeah, so at that point it was like how
or
fast
got 4 done.
Yeah, got 4 done. So I chose to go with the straps, and I moved right super fast. I think I did 585 and 635 in like 15 or 16 seconds or something. And then I went to that 675, and I was super confident, especially because I had the straps. And like we were saying, with that weight distribution, it's totally different, like super different. And with those rubber bumpers and those pads, like I mean, me personally, like, I really was confident on 675. I figured it would fly to the knee, and then it would be like kind of a fight, and then trying to get my hitch, because I'm a hitcher when it gets heavy, and then go from there. Fuck, dude, I couldn't even get to the fight, I felt like.
So we started talking about it with how much whip is in that Kabuki bar.
Yeah.
On rubber mats, what happens is when the bar starts to curl in, it starts to glue to the mat.
Right. It's
because it is.
Rub.
Yeah, it's rubbing, and it's getting friction coming in as well as pulling down on the bar as it's going up.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, like, I've done 675 in the gym, and it's a grind, but like I can, like I said, I was.
But you can't do it with a suit on.
Yeah, exactly. With a suit, and I was mentally prepared after doing those 2 bars. I was like, dude, it's going to be a fight, but I was mentally fucking prepared. Like, we have to make up points. I didn't give a fuck. And those bleed, don't care. I was like, I got to get past this 3rd bar. And I just felt like I couldn't even get into the fight. Like, I couldn't even get into the front door. And, like, that's what I was telling him. I was like, dude, I feel like there was tacky on the fucking bottom of my plates.
And luckily, when we got up to the top, it was funny because we were sitting there talking about it. And I was like, it flew off of the ground on the first one. But that's where you spent all of your energy, getting it off of the ground. And then as soon as it got off of the ground, it hit the bottom of your knees and stopped.
Exactly. And anybody that knows, like, you can get to the bottom of the knee. It's like you almost have to be like mid-knee where you start to get the hips involved, and then you can start fighting, right? Yeah. It's just more like just on the lumbar and just like picking it up. And I just couldn't get past that. So I tugged on that bitch like 3 or 4 times, and then, I called it from there. And then, come to find out, there was actually a lot of guys that didn't even get past the 3rd bar. Like they took, it was the strategic style of what had happened to me in the press medley, where I totally was confident in getting past like the 3rd implement. So I kind of took my time on the first 2, expecting that 3rd. Well, at this, and then it ended up messing me up because I messed up the 3rd, where this was like, I'm just going to go. I was confident in getting to the 3rd, but I was like, I have to fly. No ifs, ands, or buts. We got to fly. And I did that. And then, I got stuck on the 3rd. Well, there was other guys that did the exact same thing where they like kind of slowed down a little bit, hit the 585, hit the 635. And then, they got that 675 to that fight point. And there was fucking a lot of them that failed it. Like they sat there and just hitched it and was trying to, and then they ended up dropping it. Yeah. And it's like, so technically I just beat you because one, you still didn't complete that lift, and because you took your time on the first 2 bars, now you're getting only your points are off of what you did on those first 2 bars. So I wasn't super disappointed. I was disappointed that I didn't get that lift, but because I played it that way. I was able to actually,
looking here at the deadlift ladder for the U90s, there was 12 people that did not get the third.
12, yeah.
Out of 38.
Yeah, right.
That's just the third alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was go ahead, I can talk. Yeah, it was really crazy because there was a lot of people that only got the first 2 or first 1, 2. There was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that only got the first one. And after watching how the first one went for a lot of people, I was expecting things to go south after that. Because when it started going, I was like, okay, everybody's going to run through this. But I failed to realize that everybody was pulling off of rubber. And no matter what you guys say, like 585 pounds is a lot of fucking weight. And it really transfers into the surface area of friction that hits.
Yeah.
That's the one thing a lot of people don't understand. Like, pulling on calibrated plates on a rubber mat, sure, it's heavier off of the ground.
Yeah.
But it's not sticking to the ground as much
you're
because
taking the whole load. Like, it may take a second, but you're taking the whole load with you.
Right.
Where it's like what had happened today, a whippy bar and super elongated. It's like you're slowly picking it all up. Like, just like.
Well, and I don't think anybody was expecting all bumpers, like the whole collar was filled.
It looked maxed out. Like you looked sick. Like you were fucking really pulling
did look
something.
really fucking
like you're
cool.
just like, damn, dude, that dude's pulling some shit right now.
And even then, like the guy was still pulling some shit. Like that was one thing that I wanted to kind of put into everybody's perspective while we were out there. Is like, out of everybody here, somebody is doing better than others, and others are doing better than others, and so on and so forth. But out of all of the people that were walking around that backstage, you're within 0.25% of the world's strongest people in this entire world.
Yeah, the world. Yeah,
fucking impressive.
Yeah, so it was just crazy. So I mean, after like I said, I was a little disappointed, but then he was telling me that and everything, and then we saw the play out of all the guys and some of the
Yeah, I think we watched like 3 rounds after you went.
Yeah, we stood there and I was just like, let's just see. And best in the world deadlifters. Fucking a couple of them I beat, and then a couple of them did like just as good as I did, and I was like,
yeah.
All right, well, like, cool. Let's take that for a win. Let's go. So I was satisfied, and
so yeah, we got done with that. Ran back upstairs, where all of his shit and our shit was at. Sat there for a while.
Yep.
Talked to everybody about how bad that sucked for him.
Yep. Yep.
And then afterwards, I was bored, so. Strongman events are more fun while you're drinking.
Absolutely. In fact. And you got vendors everywhere.
Yeah. So. And they were running a deal, $5 a beer. I'm like, yeah, fuck. I'm going to
and I mean, from that first to by the time I rucked, because then we had the Go Ruck Survival Challenge, literally survive is like, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
It was like another 3 or 4 hours. You know what I mean? By the time I actually got down, it was a minute.
Yeah.
It was a little faster than the day previous, day 1, but it was still a long fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get out of there until 5:30.
Yeah, again. So, and then,
but it was funny because as we were going through, I got a beer, he got another. Rain, since Rain sponsors the event.
Yep.
We went and sat down like completely far away from everybody else. Basically, we were upstairs by ourselves, just hanging out.
Just chilling.
Evan Singleton or T-Rex, and then Trey Mitchell.
Yep.
As you guys know, Trey Mitchell just tore his Achilles.
Yep, at the Rogue.
Yeah, at the Rogue Invitational. They were both walking past us. We were saying hey and everything, and then I just decided, I was like, hey, I want to see how his Achilles.
Yeah.
We sat there and talked to Trey for probably a good 10 minutes, and
just Such a good human being.
Just fucking regular conversation.
Literally, you know, it was just like, you know, that's the great thing about this weekend is just, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, I understand this is a world stage, but for our weight classes, and those are world class guys, and they're just, you know, it's one of those surreal things. It's like, bro, we're sitting here, you know, competing, doing this thing, and you know, Evan T. Rex is right there. These dudes that we watch on TV, Mitchell Hooper is right down there.
Yeah.
Fucking Nick Best is right there.
Yeah.
You know, fucking Mark Felix. Like anybody.
Like we were in the elevator with Mark Felix.
Yeah, we were in the elevator with Mark Felix.
And you go, hey, how you doing, man? He goes, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
How are you? And it was just like, good.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No fangirl bullshit. Like just honest conversation with like the best in the world of people, and like. And that's what we've always constantly preached on this podcast and everything about strongman and the community. It literally does not fucking change all the way up to the best in the world.
Like the best in the world.
The best in the fucking world. You can just walk up and have a conversation with these people.
Unless you're Brian Shaw.
Oh!
Called out. Where are you?
He wasn't there. So that's facts.
I don't know. I don't know the last time that Brian Shaw was at any fucking one of the events.
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of
he was supposed to be there at Crown Mountain 2 years ago.
He was supposed to, but yeah. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. I mean, literally just the amount of, you know, and you got to think, Colin Bryce, Darren Sadler, you know, the owners of Giants Live, which actually they sponsor official Strongman Games. So they actually might, I don't know, is Darren the owner of official Strongman Games?
I don't know how that all.
I don't either because the back of my comp shirt says Giants Live on it.
Yes. So and Giants Live and official Strongman, I honestly feel like OSG is like the stepping stone to get to Giants Live.
Well, and like so for the opens, so the open guys, if those top three get invited to the Giants Live show,
right?
So yeah,
and
so
that's
I
kind
have
of why I feel like. Heinle, Felix, the bigger names are doing this show just to get their addition
just invite to fucking Giants. Exactly. Right. So like he doesn't have to because he's going to normally do a Giants anyway. So this is his qualification to get to it. So which is just crazy.
And of course, I don't know how that all works out. I'm not to that level yet, so I don't know. But I just feel like that's how it is. Is like. Kind of like how our show is going to be this upcoming year is like you're going to have to work to get an invite to that final.
Exactly.
And I feel like that might be what it is OSG is kind of even though it's a world final, you're still qualifying for Giants Live.
Absolutely.
Does OSG have a money payout?
They do, yeah. So the guys so for day 3, I don't know what it is, but I do know the top podium guys that do, and women, of course, all the top podiums of the final day, they do get a payout.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but there is a payout.
Okay. I didn't know. Killing it.
Because for like us, any class other than the open class, you know, you get paid out. You that is World's Strongest Man. Like there is, yes, there are other prestigious shows. You know, just like there's World's Strongest Man. There's the Arnold Classic. There's the Rogue Invitational. Right.
Yeah.
For us, there's OSG. That's World's Strongest Man. And then there's, the Chaos, or there's this. But for the opens, this is technically it's another qualification. They had to qualify to get to OSG and then try to win podium to qualify for Giants Live, to then turn around podium at Giants Live to then qualify for World's Strongest Man.
Okay, yeah. So I was gonna say, I think this is like the end of the road for everybody other than open.
It is like
Masters
and Masters. Yeah. Other than open, literally other than open. Like if I say I made it to day 3 and I won, everything else you get a check, you get paid out. You are World's Strongest Man. See you next year. You do get your qualification for next year, but like. There isn't like, oh, hey, we'll see you at another show here and another, you're done.
Yeah.
Like open, like I said, you go to Giants Live and then Giants Live to World's Strongest Man. Like, Evan, and which is respect because 2018, I think, was the year that Evan Singleton and Trey Mitchell competed, I'm sorry. I think Trey was there on 2018, but for sure it was Bobby Thompson and Trey Mitchell. Or I'm sorry, Bobby Thompson and T-Rex against each other in OSG in the open class.
That's right.
And they fought against each other.
Yes.
That was the year Furman fucking dominated the 105s, and then Naramu fucking won the 90s. So it's sick just to see that like they're still like humbled, like they know where they came from, and they still come back every year to fucking support, and like because they understand where the road goes.
It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, I mean it was sick, dude. I mean, yes, I didn't.
How many fucking big time professional strongmen that both you and I follow on Instagram, and some of the things that we embody from them. How many of them did we talk to this weekend?
Dude,
talk to. Like, I don't have a single fucking picture with
no,
any of them.
I didn't. Shook hands, conversation, things that I will take and I will always have right here and everything. But I did not. I'm just not that style anyway to like hound you and like fucking. There's literally times
I will internally fangirl over some people, but at the same time, you're just a human being.
And that exactly. And I feel like they appreciate that because I remember when you guys were getting your picture drawn, and then Mitchell Hooper came up talking shit to you about your picture. What's up, Mitchell Hooper?
Your days are fucking numbered, buddy. I'm coming for your title.
It's all out of fun, but that's what I mean, right? These are just guys, like they're just different.
Yeah, I don't need. Did I talk about that last night at all?
I don't remember.
I don't know if
Tell
I
the
did.
story again.
Yeah, so I'm over there getting a character. Character. Anyways, like it's a little cartoon version of my wife and my son and I. And we're hanging out, and then Mitchell Hooper fucking strolls by and looks at the picture and goes, well, you didn't have to make him that ugly. And I'm like, dude, I was kind of dumbfounded, I'm not going to lie, because normally I've got something pretty slick to say back.
Yeah, you're just like...
It just caught me off guard. I was like, world's strongest man just said I'm ugly.
So literally as this is happening, not even shitting you, like... Because we were waiting for him and his girl and his family to get this picture taken. Me and Carly, my lady, we're sitting on the next booth over, and we're sitting there.
You're talking to T-Rex.
I'm sitting there chit-chatting with T-Rex. And I'm not even calling. If you're watching this for something, I did, because you know who I am. I'm the Backstreet Boy motherfucker. And so we're sitting there talking, and I mean, this is literally conversation.
Yeah, Evan Singleton said that he has every single Backstreet Boy mixed into one.
He's like, you're one of those. He's like, you look like the fucking every Backstreet Boy. Like you ate all of them and you became one. And he's like, I can fucking see it. And then he said something, and he's like, it's in the eyes, man. I can see it in the fucking eyes. And he's like, and I don't remember what he said, and then I was like, what'd you just say to me? I was like, get a fucking chair and let me stand up to your level, and I'll fucking tell you.
I'll tell you to your face.
I didn't even give a fuck. But it was cool because they like that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna back down to you, dog. And like they can almost like sense that respect. In a sense, not like you know what I mean? Like, you're so funny, and like, because in that middle of that conversation, not even shitting you, like Carly's sitting there talking to his wife. I'm sitting there just bullshitting with T-Rex. And then some dude in the middle of our conversation walks up and is just like fan guy, like, hey man, can I, like, they literally interrupted our conversation so he could take it. And mad respect to all these kinds of guys, athletes. He was so respectful, and he was like, absolutely, brother. Like, let's get a picture, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was mad respect, but it was just that different, like, kind of.
Yeah, there's definitely a different playing field with it.
Just a different playing field, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting there up there with Trey Mitchell, and we were talking to him.
Yeah.
And I kind of like stepped out of my way to like talk to him.
Absolutely,
but I was just like, hey man, how's because he just tore his Achilles.
Generally asking, like, how you doing?
It was
bro?
like, hey man, how's everything healing up? How's everything feeling? And we were talking about it. He's like, I'm actually kind of like walking on it today, and it fucking hurts, and it hurt, and this, that, and the other. And we were like having a conversation, and then literally fucking a millisecond after I was like, well, hey dude, have a good rest of your day. I hope the best for you, and we'll be praying for your family. He turns around and some guy's like, hey, Dre, hey.
Well,
can I talk to you
did you
quick?
notice right before he did that, he almost like stayed a minute because he was expecting us to be like, hey, man, can we get a picture with you or something?
Yes.
He just stood there and he kind of waited. And we're just like, hey, brother, we pray for the best for you. And like, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. And he's just like, and of course, he's like, thank you, man, all that stuff. And he kind of waited.
He did.
Like, he
Yes.
waited.
Okay.
He was expecting us to be like, hey, man, is it cool if we get a picture with you? Can we do this, and this? And then we're just like,
And it's
all right, brother.
It's
Like,
not that I don't want to get
No,
a picture with him. It's not that I
absolutely
don't
not.
want to fangirl over him.
Absolutely
But it is
not.
one of those things where, like, how many fucking people ask him for a
dude,
picture?
and literally, that's why
like,
we
I don't
didn't
want
do
to
it.
be that fucking number.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
be
be
that
that
guy.
guy. Like,
No.
However, a picture, they say a picture lasts forever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I will always know, and it's only going to matter to me,
yeah.
what
That
my
comment.
situation was with that.
Exactly. Just
Because
another-
you go show a fucking guy in a bar, like, look, I was with Trey Mitchell.
Fucking,
He's
yeah.
going to go, cool.
Cool. Fucking cool.
Who fucking cares?
I'd rather have a real-
Instead, live in the moment.
Exactly. That's what I mean, dude.
And that's what we did. We lived there in the moment with Trey and with Mitch and T-Rex and Nick
T-Rex,
like
and dude,
all
all
these
of-
fucking guys, and it was really cool. And
It was.
OSG overall was so much fun for me, and I was a fucking nobody.
Yeah, it was a great time, dude. I mean, it really was like just such a good vibe, and just, yeah, I mean, the best of the best are there. Everybody from the
Yeah.
weight classes to the best in the world in every way are there, and everybody is just, that's strongman, man. That's the community.
It genuinely is.
Like,
Because
that is strongman.
and I think it goes to the point of every single one of us that are involved with Strongman in the way that we are.
Yeah.
We all have a common respect for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we are less than 1% of the world
Absolutely.
that walks around.
It's just one of those things, like, you just know. Like, you see each other, like, you don't have to say it, you just know. And it's just like a respect, like, you know what I mean? Like, you do you, brother.
It's a
like,
fuck yeah, dude.
It's just like a fuck yeah.
Fuck
You don't
yeah.
even have to say it, like, fuck yeah.
Yep.
And just like, good to see you, brother. Take
Yeah.
care. And that's how the whole weekend was, you know what I mean? And it was fucking rad, bro.
It was a
really-
lot of fun.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for next year, you know. And then we'll get into it, but and then, you know, and we did the deadlift, and then we ended up in the fucking stupidest event ever with the Go Ruck Survival Challenge.
Real quick, before we start, you'll see in the YouTube video when it comes out, the funniest thing is the entire weekend we were thinking that the Liver King was there.
Dude, I'm not even fucking kidding you. We had like, I mean, there was
You
other.
guys
like,
will see it in
You'll
the
see it.
video.
You'll see it in the video. There's like
Yeah.
7 of us that were like, bro, is that the Liver King?
That is the Liver King.
That is
no,
him.
Not is that. That is.
Dude, everyone was like, that's the fucking Liver King. That is him. And yeah, and then he put my fucking Go Ruck bag on me, and like everything, like it was just,
Yeah.
you know, and
Dude, and maybe it is. And
It might
maybe,
be.
And maybe
And it could be.
his videos, he puts the that makeup
absolutely.
over the tattoos.
And that was, I mean, if it was not him, like, he probably won't listen to this, but Liver King, if you're fucking listening to this shit, you let us know. Were you there at OSG? Because if not, dude, you have a fucking doppelganger.
You have a doppelganger.
Like that dude.
That's blasted with tattoos.
mean, not even joking. He's the same dude, just has like
Same voice.
Like same voice, same everything. I mean,
Oh, speaking of voice, we met Julius Maddox.
dude, we were sitting there talking, and we're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden we just hear this deep ass like, "What's up, brothers?" And we're just
Yes,
like,
"What's up,
And I
brothers?"
knew that fucking
And I
voice, and I
turned
look up, and I was
around.
just like,
Yo, do you even bench 700 for reps?
"What's up, pussy?" No, but literally, Julius Max is sitting right fucking there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's hanging out in the back. And we
Yeah.
were like getting warmed up for the fucking Go Ruck and everything else. He's right fucking there.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. You know, and it just shows that strength community that we talk about. You
It's
know,
the respect for the
it's-
respect.
It's a respect for respect.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was just crazy. Like people that you guys are listening to this, you guys have been watching their YouTubes, people that I've been following for fucking years.
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 Like Travis Ortmeyer.
Travis Ortmeyer stand right in front of me like 10 times. You know what I mean? And all these other amazing people. And you know, and then even in my class, I was
I
blessed.
think I just kicked it. I'm going to go check it and keep
Okay.
going.
I mean, and, you know, and in my weight class, because I am a 90, you know, and if anybody that knows, like, you know, MST Systems, shouts out to Shane German and, you know, these kinds of guys, Ollie Clark, and all these fucking amazing, you know, God, I always mess up his name. Fucking,
PP long sucking.
yeah. No, God damn it. I apologize. I always mess up his name.
Nagara?
Nagaru. Yeah, Nagaru. Yeah, his Instagram is 2019's World's Strongest Man from Sweden. These guys I've been watching for years. To be able to be blessed to walk on a fucking stage with them, to compete right next to them, and it's one of those things of like
Nikolai Myers.
Thank you, Nick Myers.
Yeah, I mean, remember in Crown Mountain when you actually like talked to him?
Yeah.
And now you're competing against him.
He was a guest appearance a couple years ago when I did Crown Mountain. Yeah. Him and Nick, and then to be like, no, dog, I'll be on the platform with you. Like, I'm going to make you push. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Hanging out with we talked to Nick Camby for a sec.
Nick Camby was there.
You got worked on by the best strongman chiropractor muscle therapy.
Yeah, the strength docs. Yep. The guys that, like, if you guys watch any kind of Martins Lisi's or any of those kinds of guys' YouTubes, or the guys that work on Brian Shaw, work on Maxime Boudreau, fucking World's Strongest Man chiropractors.
The guys that changed the name of the game for any kind of therapeutics.
Yeah, those were all there, and I got worked on them today.
Yeah.
And I mean, for free. For free. We were sitting there, we showed up earlier to this day, and we got deadlifts coming up. I'm all tight, my hips are all fucked and shit from yesterday. And they're like, you know that there is a recovery room downstairs, which is super odd, right? For us. It's like, yeah, you gotta pay for it. And it's like, no, dog, like you go downstairs, there's hot and cold, there's fucking saunas, there's this, and you go into a whole room, there's a whole PT room of chiropractor, muscle fiber, like anything you want. So I got hooked up by like the best in the business. He free.
Literally fucking like started feeling up Mike and was like,
he just broke me down and like
he's like you're fucked up. Yeah, but you don't have to be fucked up.
Yeah, exactly,
dude. Fucking a few table drops, few leg turns, few table drops, few neck turns, and everything. Mike stood up and he's like,
I was like, wow,
shit, I'm a brand new human,
dude. It was amazing. That's what I mean. Just that level of that, just attention, like. The best in the world, you know what I mean? And that's what OSG does.
Now, you know what I also think was hands down one of the fucking coolest things ever? You're going to get a fucking kick out of this already because I know you're going to watch this, but having Chase McGee on the podcast, never meeting him, and then making the shirts for his family and the sport family, all of that kind of stuff, and then meeting and hanging out with him all weekend.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, because you got to finally meet him, right?
Yeah, this is my first time meeting him.
Yeah, so I met him in Texas, obviously, and then we had the podcast, and then Austin got to meet him finally in person, and just love the dude, fucking love
solid
Chase.
Fucking guy.
He really is. He's just such a solid dude.
Yeah.
Fucking shouts out to McGee, such a solid competitor, and just such a good human being, and and. He'll be on the YouTube and everything else. You guys will see it. We got
he'll be on the podcast,
dude. You guys, and he'll be on the podcast again for sure. He did amazing. His overall finish and everything, but it was just such a great experience. It really was.
It really turned out to be just a brotherhood, even though nobody fucking really knew anybody.
And that's the thing of it, right? It's
just you're in 90s. All right, cool.
All right, fucking
you're cool.
Sick. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you're in 105s. Oh, you're cool.
Yeah, it's just like you said, it's like a you don't need to say it. It's just a respect thing,
Unless you're respect.
Unless you're a total douche, you know what I mean. But like we always say, those kinds of people get weeded the fuck out. Yep. There was a few of them.
There's a few of them.
And guess what? Those motherfuckers in the back warm-ups were walking around by themselves, trying to get in the little, because you're warming up, you're waiting for hours and everything else. And, so people are doing a few things and then just chilling, talking. And you see those lone little wolves that are little bitches. And then they're trying to get in the conversation.
And they're to be frank, there is two different type of people, right? There is the people that are not the headphones on, not fucking talking to anybody, just in their own zone. Nick Myers is definitely one of those guys. He floats around by himself.
He does.
But you talk to him, he's a fucking coolest dude ever.
You take 1 second, he is happy.
But there is people that are not headphones on, not by themselves, that are like, how much is on that bar? Well, it's fucking heavy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, little bitches.
Fucking cool.
Literally, I'm not even gonna shout out some names, but there was definitely
some people that fucking karma got.
Exactly, and it's like you know who the fuck you are, and karma got your ass. So you should probably like, you know what I mean?
Don't be a cocky spitfuck.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch and like
don't fucking say I'm the best there is until
it's fucking said and done.
Event 6
like
on the
this
third
is
day.
and it's like, dude, that right there is a rookie mistake too, because it's like this is strongman, man. And if you are any kind of experience, I don't care how well training has gone. I don't give a fuck how day one went. It is not over until it is over.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even know it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can talk all your shit you want because you never know what's going to happen on that platform.
No.
So there's no reason, and that's what is so pure about Strongman. You can talk all your shit you want. I'm going to meet your bitch ass on the platform. You know what I mean? And, like, whatever happens is what happens.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like I said, we're not going to name names or anything, but
getting into the event.
yeah, so let's get into the event.
The last and final event.
So yeah,
for you.
Yeah, for me. So the Go Ruck, again, we did the deadlift pretty early. Wasn't too bad. And then like a 4-hour delay and you're tight and whatever. Then we go do warm-ups. And then even after my last pickup on a warm-up.
Well, also let's preface, the first 2 rounds of females in the U64
dude, so fast.
ran so fast.
So we're sitting there like normally like we kind of like got a good vibe from the day one, like, oh, okay, when this class goes up, I'm going to go grab my stuff and then like start making my way down into the warm-up area. We're in the warm-up area, but we're not really warming up yet. I mean, we're kind of just making our flow. And all of a sudden, like, these people are flying so fast that we're like, we kind of got in like a little panic. And I remember we ran over to the back and I was like, take my shit. We got to get down there. We got to get down there.
Even all the girls and my father-in-law were out and about over on Capitol Street.
Yeah, they're just like sightseeing.
They're fucking off.
Yeah.
So I'm over here with Mike, like we're doing work over here, waiting and waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden they fucking go through, and I'm like,
you guys better get the fuck over.
You guys better get over here.
Yeah, they're flying.
Because even if you guys are 20 minutes out, there's a good chance that you're gonna barely. Because this morning they barely watched you on the deadlift.
They did the same thing, and we didn't blame them. We're like, hey, you go see the town. You know, there's no reason for you to be sitting here for 3 fucking hours chilling. And so they went and walked around. Same thing kind of happened with the deadlift, and our support group literally just happened to walk in as I was going up. As I was going up.
It could not have been any more perfect time.
I was so surprised, like when I heard those voices afterwards, I was like, oh, you're fucking here?
What?
Like, you know, I knew Austin was there, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I ain't never gonna leave.
That's right. And so we did the same thing, and then they show up, and then they had to chill for like almost an hour, like 2 hours before I even went out. So we went out to the down warm up, and we hurry up and warm up a little bit, and then I literally sat for another fucking hour after I touched one sandbag.
You were a Grimsman?
That's Bobby's.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm using Bobby's cup. I think that's his coffee cup. He's going to drink some coffee in the morning. There's going to be tequila in it. And
yellow.
And so, you know, unfortunately, it's just, you know, it is what it is. So, like, I had touched a sandbag, and then all of a sudden, like, literally, it had been over an hour by the time I actually went out for my final event, which was the Go Ruck. And the Go Ruck was I had a 90-pound bag on my back.
Yeah, 88.
88, yeah.
88.
Fuck, it felt like 288. And
so it was funny. Let's just preface it with this. When the Liver King doppelganger guy put his fucking, because he helped you slide into the backpack, he clipped you and everything. And he goes, all right, just go ahead, stand up, and we'll lift it up. Mike goes,
I'm not even shitting you guys. We'll see it on the YouTube.
It's so funny because he looks like a kid with fucking a backpack full of school supplies.
Yeah.
He goes,
you know, remember when you were a little kid and like your last day of school and you have to take all your books home and shit, and like you fill up that fucking backpack and you can't even
turns into a yoke walk.
Yeah, that's how it was. Like, and you know, and that was the hard part about this. Like, and it'd be different if like I didn't train this event.
Yeah,
and you could see it out of the people in the events through the classes who didn't train this event and who did. And I honestly, because I knew this was going to be the last event, and me personally, I am one of those people that like kind of in my early career of it have faded out in the later games. And so I made sure that this was the last event. So hoping that I can make up good points. I trained this Go Ruck like 6 or 7 fucking times at comp weight in worse conditions, all by myself, fucking in the gym, late nights, everything. And so I was super confident. So when we went down in the bottom and I picked up the Husafel and I picked up the sandbags, like I was like, fucking ready. Don't even need to do any shit.
I remember the first time you did it, you said, well, that's going to fucking suck.
Yep.
And then you did it again, and you're like, actually, I feel really good about this now.
I did. Yeah. After I did it a few times, like, I was like,
think it was because that pause in between.
Yeah.
And then after that, you were like, all right, this actually isn't going to be that bad. I'm ready for it.
I was really dreading it when I first saw it. And the first time, like the first 2 times.
I think everybody was.
Everyone was draining. And then after I trained it a couple times, like, the second time I was like, this is going to be so fucking terrible. So I kept pushing myself to do it and pushing myself to do it. And then so I was like, this is going to be a good event for me. So I was actually super fucking confident in this event. And so I didn't do a lot of warm-ups. I was ready for the sandbags. I was ready for the drag, everything. And I trained just with a regular backpack with fucking, 325 pound fucking plates in my bag with the 10s, and I did my weight, and I think there was even a couple days I did it at 95, so over comp weight, super heavy and just annoying, and I completed it. And then so as soon as the fucking doppelganger Liver King put my bag on, I'm not even shitting you, dude. Yeah, he like literally in this chair, like I'm standing up, and then they have the bag sitting right here, and then you sit down, put it on, and my backpack was just a backpack, so all you could do is do this. There was no.
It was a backpack, and then there's a waist strap, but we didn't get that on yet.
Yeah, and he just had me put it, and then the backpack I trained on didn't even have those, right? Didn't have straps, so I was like, that's even better if it's strapped onto you. And so I was like, oh yeah. So I sat down. He fucking clipped in, and he's like, all right, go ahead and stand up, and I was like, oh okay, and I just went to move, and I was like. And it pulled me right back, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then I went.
Dude, I think you said that exactly.
I was like, "Shut up!" And then I went to go stand up, and the guy, the doppelganger, fucking Liver King, had to help me stand up. And
he literally grabbed the bottom of the backpack and helped him up.
And as soon as I stood up, I was like, "Bro, I feel like I have 400 pounds on my fucking back right now." I was like, "This is gonna be bad." So then I like leaned over a fucking stool, like a ledger, until they called my name, and got myself amped up.
One of those barricades.
Yeah, barricades.
Yep.
And I just like to keep the weight off of me, and I was like, all right, let's go. And last event, let's do this. Fucking went out there, and I just felt like it was so heavy and just so unbalanced. Like I felt like it was just like I couldn't even stay stable. Like I just kept felt like I was like fucking gonna fall over.
Yeah.
And so we went out there, and and at the time I think only
you didn't go out there yet. You took a hit of fucking salts.
That's right. So So like we always say, shouts out Cerberus, Ken, love you guys. Your fucking Hellfire Hades is dude. That's Narcan. I'm not even kidding.
Narcan,
that's straight up fucking Narcan. All weekend.
That's why he's coughing, actually.
I swear. I'm not even joking you, dude. You guys want the most hitting fucking salt you've ever experienced? Like, I'm a salt guy, and I can handle a big, salt. And that shit I'm not even kidding you. There's a warning for a reason. You double nostril that thing, and you will go blind. I'm not even shitting you. So I know, and so I hit that to wake me up. And I did. I started tearing like normal, and then you're in front of the cameras, and you can't even fucking see anything, and you're just like, let's go. And we go up to the line, and I'm sitting there, and I just start dripping from the fucking nose because I'm just like, my eyes are blind.
And lane 1 hadn't been corrected yet.
Yeah.
So they were trying to get the tombstone back into lane 1, and everybody was like, I don't know what to do. So I sat out there for a while, and I just saw Mike kind of pacing back and forth, and he was doing one of these where he's like,
dude, I was trying to get my vision right, and then I got like snot coming down my fucking nose. And I'm getting ready to do a cardio event. So there's
luckily girls pee everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So he literally turned around, and there was girls with literally rubber gloves on, handing him a towel.
Yeah.
So he was able to actually
blow
his
my nose. So
yeah.
I was like, cool. They're getting ready to start, and I was like, hey man, can I use your rags? So they were super nice.
They're all hold on.
They're like, oh okay. And then so I was able to blow my nose. I was like, cool, okay. I go back up to the bag, and you're allowed to start. You guys will see it on the YouTube, or if you guys watch the footage. And you're allowed to start over a 250. It's basically an Atlas stone, but a rubber bag.
Yeah.
And so standing there, and I remember I couldn't even get my fucking footing right because I kept feeling like I was gonna fall over, dude. Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, all right, get your shit together, let's go. And then they blew that fucking whistle. Went down there, picked it up, put it up in the lap, went to go readjust. I was that guy. Fell straight to my fucking back, dude. Not even shitting you, straight to the back.
No offense, I think you were that only guy.
I don't think anybody else did it. And I literally fell straight to my back, so everybody else takes off. So I freaked out. I get up and then readjusted, picked up the bag, adjusted it, and then got it like a pretty good motion because, like I said, like I was.
Oh no, he was fucking cruising.
Yeah,
you can even hear it when the video comes out. You can hear it. The announcer goes, "Here comes Mike Musick picking up speed."
Yeah,
and
everybody
dude, he
took
was
off.
hauling.
Everybody had already taken off while I was still on the fucking ground to go put their bag in the sled because you had to take a 250 Atlas stone, basically a rubber Atlas stone, go run 50 feet, throw it in a sled, run back the 50 foot, and then pick up a 300-pound Husafelt sandbag and run it to 50 feet, throw it in the sled, and then drag the 550 back.
While wearing
the 88-pound bag. So I had I fell on my back. I get back up. I was fucking grabbed it. And then, by the time I had dropped my bag and sprinted back, I was pretty much with the line again.
Yeah.
Picking up the Husafelt. And I remember seeing everybody going for it. So I was like, oh, we're good. Don't even fucking worry about it. You're straight. Go pick up the bag. And it took me 3 times to try to set myself to pick it. Because like I said, I don't know what it was with that bag or, if it was on me and exhaustion or whatever it was, I just could not I just felt like someone was behind me just fucking pulling me around.
I also think a lot has to do with that bag in particular.
Because
it is one, not only bigger than a Husafel.
Yeah.
But 2, it's all sand.
It is
and there's a lot of people that I noticed that were trying to put it on their lower chest. Mm-hmm. This is something I feel like just obviously outsider's view.
Yeah.
You have to squat down and try and grab your arms to pick up.
Yep.
Because a lot of people don't have that strength to curl and pull in.
Yeah, I saw 2 different techniques, and I didn't have that obviously, so I trained on a real Husafelt, a metal Husafelt, which in my eyes was harder because it's slick and shit, right? But
it's slick but rigid.
It's rigid. You kind of grip into it. It's a solid.
If you have corners to grab onto if need be.
So you can either like you said, pick it and grip it, or you need to get so low that you kind of half pick it into the lap and reset your grip.
Yeah.
And then stand up with it. But literally, I couldn't. It took me 3 times just to get down to get myself positioned to try to pick it up.
And when you did, it still wasn't that great of a pick.
No, it wasn't.
Because
I was still too high.
You walked probably 20 feet and then dropped it.
Immediately. I felt like I couldn't get a purchase on it. And every time I tried to get down in the hole.
You walked maybe 6 or 7
I was going to say it was 6 or 7 feet.
Yeah.
And every time I tried to drop down in the hole and kind of get up into it, every time I even went halfway into a mid squat, I felt like I was going to fall on my fucking back.
Yeah.
Or fall to my side. So I picked it up 3 fucking times, did what I could, and unfortunately I never even made it to the drag. You know what I mean? It was super disappointing. But at that point I was just so over it. I was like, get this fucking bag off of me. Literally get this off of me. I felt like I had a toddler in my back just fucking running. And so, it definitely wasn't a good performance, but it is what it is.
Now,
you know what I mean?
it wasn't a good performance in retrospect. Only reason being, you've been in the game for 4 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, I would say almost 80% of the people that were up there have been competing and lifting longer than you have been around.
It's true. I mean, it is true.
So for you to be here in 4 years at the world stage, your performance may have been shit to you personally.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, I think you did a fucking great job.
Well, I appreciate that.
So Mike did end up taking 35th.
Yeah, so.
He's not going to the World Finals tomorrow.
No, unfortunately I'm not. But
However, he did make it to the World Finals.
Yeah, so I mean, as is right now, I can honestly say I am the 35th strongest 200
world's
pounder.
strongest 90-kilo athlete.
Yeah, so I mean, which is pretty cool. I mean, first year going at it, and
super fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, just like we were saying, just last year, or when me, Carly, my lady, we were talking about it. She's like, "Do you realize that the first year we met, you were at Crown Mountain at a local one just trying to qualify for nationals. You know what I mean? That was a big deal. Like, you were so stoked just to qualify for nationals. And it's like, now you're competing on the fucking world stage and you're pissed because
you didn't even go to nationals 10. And now you're at worlds.
Yeah. And you're pissed because you didn't make it to the top 10.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, I know, but like, you know, I think we all have that. Like, you know, you're better than, you know, you should be, but it is what it is. But,
it also goes to setting that goal a lot higher than you can achieve.
Absolutely.
Because if you shoot for the moon,
Yep.
if you shoot for the stars, you're going to land at the moon.
If you shoot for the moon and you miss, you still land in the stars.
Fucking it's okay. That shit's so backwards.
It's okay.
I think it's so backwards.
It's okay, though.
I'd rather shoot for the stars.
Me too, man. There's a lot
because the moon is a lot closer than the sun, and the sun is a star.
I don't like to get super bagged. But
I don't know. I'm super proud of you, dude.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad to have you on the team. I'm glad to have you.
Yeah. So
not only on the team, but a co-owner of this whole fucking situation we got going on. Like we have a really good thing going on.
Absolutely.
Because there was a very good amount of people out there, and I don't know if you guys are watching or not, but there was a good amount of people that knew who both you and I were before we even got there that have never met us.
No, never. So it was really cool. So, I mean, I'm definitely super stoked for this weekend. Had such a fabulous time. And, you know, just blessed with the people that are around me and being able to do this. And, you know, and it just makes me super motivated for next year. Like, you know what's going on and you know how it works and everything else. So it's easier. So, like, going into next year, like, yeah, maybe a different venue, different state, whatever, country, whatever. But you kind of understand the way it runs.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've never done multiple day competition. And, dude, for you guys that did make it to the third day, hats on you, bro. Because
have fun.
Dude, just my 2 days alone, 2 12-hour fucking days of competing is so long. Like, I feel like we've been here for fucking 2 weeks.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, like it's like I feel like I've been here for 2 weeks, and to think that I would.
I'm ready to go have Christmas with my family in Maryland.
Yeah, and as I mean, and as much as I want to be there tomorrow, and I will be to go support the athletes and everything else, and hit the vendors, to be actually competing, it's like. That's a long fucking weekend, bro.
That's a lot.
That's a long weekend compared to just like the one hit shows, like one Saturday and you're done. And you guys know how draining that is just from one weekend. So imagine doing that 3 days in a fucking row. And even though you're only doing multiple events, you may not be doing 5, you're only doing 2. The taxing on the body is, oh my God. It's a different game. It's a different game.
Yeah.
It's a totally different game. So if you guys ever get a chance to do a multiple day kind of a thing, I would say get into it, kind of see how it is because it's a different game. So
for sure.
But yeah, you know, we finished it off. That's where we are. We don't have to go to day 3, but you know, honestly, I'm super happy because now it is my vacation. It's Christmas time now for me. It's vacation.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler, my brother. And you know, so now we have a day. Me and my lady, we don't fly out until Monday night, so we still have all day tomorrow and basically all day Monday to fucking just chill and kind of just see the scenes.
Yeah, I think. Me and my family are going to stay here, you know, probably tomorrow, kind of midday, get around, get after it, not have to be on any kind of schedule.
No schedule like, on the I-9 by 9.
We came in from Charleston, and we're flying out of Maryland. Yep. So it's been a real blessing. I feel like God has blessed you and I with this sport. And,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think this has been it's been a real pleasure.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, it's been a real blessing.
Yeah, it has. And it was just a great experience. You know, the whole weekend was just fucking super cool, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and
it was very special.
It was just,
and I think we made the best out of it.
Absolutely. We know
you especially.
Yeah. I mean, and actually,
it was also, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm going to fucking fluff my own balls here. It was really cool to be able to just be that guy of a full-time handler and filmer.
Best handler, best fucking filmer ever. And you guys, like, we talk about the YouTube, and I know I put out a YouTube for OSG. That shit was amateur style, dog. Like, you don't even understand. Like, you know, we're always trying. We
put some fucking money into
dude.
this
Wait until you guys are gonna be fucking super stoked with this tube that comes out.
The only thing that we're fucking up on is the audio, and that is coming.
You know, and that's the next progression, right?
Yep.
You need to get the little Bluetooth fucking
the
so
Rode
you can,
Bluetooth.
Yeah. So that'll be our next upgrade. But the camera footage, everything, and just the shots and everything. It's just
we were looking at yesterday's last night, and I was just
so sick.
That shit.
It looks so
bricks
good.
me up.
It
dude.
does. Every time I watch a little back footage, I'm like, I don't even want to see my events. I'm like, just look at all that. Like,
look at my back.
Yeah, look at my back. Like, look at us walking down and having conversations with people. Like, it was wild. So it's just a blessing. And you know, and all the great athletes I got to walk on the stage with, and our friends and everybody else. Like, you know, shouts out to you guys
and our sponsors.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done any of this without you guys as well. Premier TRT and Med Spa, Cerberus Strength USA. You guys have been a real blessing to all of us, and it's been a really good time.
It has. So, and we're going forward from here. So, you know what I mean. So this is where you live and learn.
It's only up.
That's right. We ain't going back down the hill.
Going back down.
No, we only climbing. So.
Well, cheers to you.
Cheers to you, my brother. Salute. Cheers to you, my family.
And a good podcast. Cheers to you.
Ooh. So yeah, I mean, you guys got to definitely keep an eye out for that YouTube. We'll getting that edited and everything, because this actually had a lot of footage, so it'll take a minute to edit and everything else. But you guys.
The good news is, next 5 days I'll be in Maryland.
Yeah, so it'll be good.
It should come out here within the next, I'm gonna say, 4 to 5 business days.
Yeah, 4 to 5 business days. Not Saturdays and Sundays. So those aren't business days.
I'm going to be driving all day tomorrow. So,
guys, in the next couple of weeks, keep an eye out for it. You know, if you guys are subscribed, which I hope you guys are. If you guys are listening, take a minute, help us out, hit that subscribe button. You know, we're sitting here, we've been competing, we've been long ass hours, and we're still here to make sure you guys are updated and know what's going on. So and then, we'll get into more depth with it and everything else. So we appreciate your guys' comments, your support, anybody that's out there, and you guys have been supporting and commenting. We love you. I really do appreciate it.
Scott Dodds,
you're the fucking man,
You're
dude.
the fucking man.
You're the fucking man.
Chase McGee,
dude. So proud of you, brother.
So proud of you, brother.
Seriously, so proud of you, dude.
Oh, and Nolan, Strongman out of Kansas. He commented a few episodes ago, so if you're listening, we appreciate that too, brother. Yes,
absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
And dude, we're just, this just... burns our fire to keep going for next year and everything else. So much more to come. And
we got more in the tank, boys.
Absolutely.
Girls.
This is definitely just the beginning. So,
yes, sir.
But so you guys can get a vibe. Keep an eye out for that YouTube. You guys get an idea for it, and motivate yourselves. Like, you guys, I'm fucking nobody. So just so you guys can make it to that stage. So
fuck yeah.
You guys want it, believe it, work hard, and you'll fucking be there. So. And
kind
of experience what the fuck we're talking about, like, because you will see it even at that world stage of just, dude. There's nothing better than that community. It's just
dude.
Literally the fuck.
Believe it or not, you were on the world stage.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy to think, right? I had video cameras following me. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I think it hasn't even all sunk in yet. You know what I mean?
Small cell to world stage.
It is, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like to think, like, I was thinking about that earlier. Like, the guy that's whistling me, we were talking about it earlier, and like the guy that's my judge or something like that, like Rob Frampton, these guys. The one judge, Terry Hollins was doing my deadlifts, and then the one dude that's doing my ruck and everything else, he's the same judge that down called Eddie Hall on his 500 kilo deadlift.
Wild.
That was my judge. Like, so same motherfucker that does these guys is judging me. So it's fucking wild, dude. It's fucking
awesome.
It's cool. It's a blessing. So it's so yeah, dude. Fucking.
So we're gonna have a lot of content coming out here very soon.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys stay tuned. Like you said, like, subscribe, share.
Yep.
If you guys wouldn't mind, please just toss a comment down there.
Yep.
Other than that,
yeah. Oh, and then you can follow the YouTube, the Built for War. We do got some announcements coming out for the Built for War holiday special and all that kind of shit. So
yeah, if you guys are hearing this right now, unfortunately, it is a wrap.
It is. There
was not enough turnaround. The venue that we had gotten was not going to be small enough.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where we wanted to produce a prize purse for everybody, and if we were to buy this venue, it would have pulled at least $2,000 out of his pocket and my pocket.
And,
so
and I think
we want to do this for you guys. We don't want to just pull money out for 10 people.
Well, and that was the biggest thing. It'd be different if like we are more than willing, and I mean, honest to God, like I don't give a fuck. Like I but so believe in giving back what I take and what I've done and what I want to do for people. And I will spend $2,000 of my own money. He will easily do the same. But
for sure.
Because of the timing of our event this year, we had the registration open for months on months on months, and I'm sorry, with our schedules and everything else and just the thing falling through, I can't see myself paying that kind of money for 8 athletes. You know what I mean? It's unfortunately, we only have 8 signups, and it's like, I appreciate all of you that did sign up. Thank you. But it's like, we're looking to like, and again, it motivated me again. I got to see kind of my idols in our pursuit to putting on shows. Darren Sadler, all these guys that put on these shows, and like, it's like, if I had 70 athletes sitting on that fucking thing, you better believe we'd be cooking and booking and fucking, I don't give a fuck. I will make a show happen. But for 8 athletes, I'm sorry. Like, that's not even, and the majority of it,
we opened it up for 100 and we had 8 signups.
So, and it's not that because people didn't want to, it's just at a bad time. Nationals just happened. OSG is right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a bad timing.
Piss poor planning.
It is. So we kind of just thought about it. So
it's on us. So we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna give the athletes and the sponsors a refund or redo type of deal. And then from there, we're just gonna move.
We're gonna run into the series next year and everything. So big, like we always do say it, and we are, we're men of our words, and like, next year is gonna be popping. 2024 is gonna be fucking crazy for war. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, hit those notifications because shit's just gonna keep coming. So
yes, sir.
Progression. So
for the rest of you guys out there, we really appreciate you.
We do.
Other than that, Mike.
Nothing, man. I just blessed. So thank you guys, and stay tuned.
Yeah.
So
stay hard.
That's right.
Stay strong.
That's right, motherfuckers.
We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Bye.